Right, this is part 2 of my Clash of Powers Men of War battle. So this is an ongoing battle I'm recording in Fraps. I'm not editing it, I'm just playing it out and providing commentary as I go. So you need to have seen part 1 to fully appreciate what's happened here. I've used my German tanks to try and establish a front line. I've lost a lot of tanks and it's been very costly, as you can see. A lot of destroyed holes here, a lot of destroyed tanks. But I've taken ground and it looks to me like the way is now clear for me to roll forward my units on both sides of the lake. So it's good and bad. So I'm rolling forward Panzer here, a lightweight German tank with some infantry backup. What I need to do is clear these bushes of all Soviet troops, because one Soviet troop with an anti-tank rocket will be the difference between a tank passing the road and getting taken down. So my Panther here has spotted a T-34 across the lake, so I'm engaging it, some long range tank combat. Loses the battle, so the T-34 got the shot in there. I'm still able to fight, but I'm kind of half now considering abandoning that tank and bailing, getting the crew out while I can. But it looks like I managed to hit the T-34 there, but no, I took enough a hit, and that's enough a dead tank. So I managed to get my crew out in time, which is one thing at least. But that tank's about to say bye-bye. So what I need to do here, I've spotted here, this is an abandoned Russian cannon, fixed cannon attached, being towed by that truck. There's a few Russian troops trying to defend it, so I need to clear the way, engage them, and then perhaps I can take over this vehicle, or at least sabotage it. Grenade out. Driver's killed. Opens the door just as the grenade blows up. Bad timing. So I'm flanking him from both sides. Bang. He's gone. Just shoot him again to make sure. It looks like they've secured that truck. Minor victory, but you never know, might come in handy. So the Russians now, it looks like they are essentially surrounded. Well, not quite surrounded, but their front line is kind of opened up for me now. I've got the left flank and I should be able to move on and take the right flank now, but there seems to be more forces on that right flank holding up. So I do need to move my Jagdtiger forward now. I have to get it closer so it can engage whatever it is we encounter in that village on the right side. It's a very slow moving tank, so I have to be patient with it. But I'm confident if I keep it facing frontways at this sort of distance, there's very little the Russians have that can cause me damage. All the incoming rounds will just bounce off its frontal armour. So I instantly spot a Russian tank, if you can see on the right side, so I engage it. I have to get that half track out of the way because otherwise that's going to get taken down. One of the first things I suddenly spot here is I'm trying to fire HE rounds at this tank, which is obviously a mistake. I need to swap that for AP, or well, the blue one. That's it. I think it's called AP. So that looks like a T-34. So I need to try and engage it. Ideal sort of distance for this tank destroyer. There we go. Main gun destroyed. Good hit. So it's a T-34 with a crew, and there's a couple of trucks. So enough a hit should finish this tank off, I would have thought. Deflected. And as you can see, this Russian infantry just sneaking around this area, so I've got to be careful. There we go, another hit from the Jagdtiger, takes out the turret. So that T-34 is not really a threat to me now. I'm going to bring some more infantry forward. It's very important in this game to have infantry near your tanks at all times, because you just never know. A couple of enemy troops can just run forward out of nowhere, plant some TNT on your tracks, and your tank drivers can't do anything about it. So I'm going to take another shot at that T-34, there we go, just to completely make sure, and it's destroyed now and the engine's on fire. So that's a clear victory there for the Jagdtiger. But T-34 is not really much of a contender for the Jagdtiger, frankly. Still a very good tank, but its gun wouldn't have really had much of an effect on the Jagdtiger's frontal armour. So I'm going to try and move my half-track forward now, because I'm using that Flak 38 as a good anti-infantry weapon there. It's been quite effective so far. So my Jagdtiger just takes a hit there, so I instantly have to react to that. It looks like there are still some T-34s defending that crossroads. They're immobile, but the guns are still in operation, there's still a crew manning it. So I need to engage that. So as you can see there, prime example of what I was talking about, the T-34 round just bounced off the Jagdtiger there, and again, no threat at all really. So I have to bring the Jagdtiger closer. There we go. No nonsense, direct hit. One hit, one kill. And as you can see, my infantry are now flanking from the left side as well. So we should be able to take this crossroads without much hassle. I'll just engage the other tank. So there's quite a few Russian troops here though, so this is probably going to be a relatively tough bit of combat. But like I say, this Flak 38 I've got on this half track is devastating. So I need to get it in a position here where I can engage these troops on the right. And there we go, mowing them down. Nasty stuff, but very effective. And the Jagdtiger there just seems to take a shot from the side. That was obviously some remnants of some Russian infantry, so it seems to have engaged them and dealt with it. So as you can see, this left flank now is nice and quiet. The Germans have now won that battle for the left side of the lake. So I'm just really flanking them now on the left to converge on the right side. So there's a Russian sniper there that's just taken out one of my German troops. I open up on him with an MG42. Try and suppress him. Need to get a little closer. So there we go, engaging. Take one of them out. But there's still a Russian troop there. Russian sniper just killed my machine gunner. But I think he's now dead. It looks that way. So yeah, gallant effort there by the Soviet sniper to hold that position. But yeah, too many German troops for him at the end of the day. So I'm bringing my Jagdtiger forward, bringing my infantry forward. I'm now basically going to go for it, try and capture this little village. So as you can see, I've still got some reinforcements ready to roll at any notice. So I've decided I need to bring them out now. Some reinforcements, tanks. For tanks, so I've got a Hummer Weaven, which is a long-range artillery piece, and another Panther, which is good. I forgot I had a third one. And just some random infantrymen that hadn't moved forward. So it looks like the coast is pretty much clear for me to take this part of the map now. There are some Russian trucks, but that's not really much of a threat for me. So I'm going to blow them up. So flak 38 should do the trick. There we go. And the Jagdtiger finishes it off with a direct hit. But there's still some Russian troops there that are trying to engage my infantry. So what I need to do is obliterate the whole area with some long range artillery, which is precisely what the Hummel's good for. So as you can see, I open up the range, 200 meters, there we go, boom. That's going to wake them up. Takes a while to reload, but I can be patient with this. So what I need to do is ideally take out that truck. There we go, second shot coming in, almost. The infantry will probably be stunned and confused by this. And there we go. I think the Jagdtiger took it out in the end anyway. And it looks to me like there's probably one or maybe two Soviet troops left in that area. Way out of range there for the Hummel. Slightly inaccurate at that sort of distance. So I'm going to bring that Hummel slightly nearer, because the accuracy is not quite good enough at that range, like I say. So as you can see, there's a lot of burnt up tanks around here and bodies everywhere. Another thing about this game I love is the fact that bodies and destroyed vehicles don't just disappear like they do in a game like Company of Heroes. They stay there. So at the end of the battle you can survey the damage and look back on all the units you lost and bodies. So I think I put down enough a shot here but from the Hummel, but no, we spotted the guy, bang, execution style. German troops move in and engage him. So that was the last Russian troop, and the German units are free to move at will, really, now in that location of the map. And as you can see at the top left corner, we've cleared that entire front line of Russian troops. So essentially the Germans have won. They've occupied that village now, and they've taken the ground. However, I now need to wipe the map of all remaining remnants of the Soviet forces, so there's still a significant complement in the top corner of the map. Kind of represents their pool of reinforcements, really. So I need to move forward and try and engage them. So as you can see, I'm moving forward all my remaining troops into this grassland here. Don't want to get too cocky though, because you just never know what's waiting for you ahead. Don't want to get too near the front without having all my units able to defend the flanks. So what I realise is there's a Russian Katyusha there, which is the vehicle I had some real issues with at the start of the battle. Just one of them though. So I need to try to engage that with the Hummel, but I don't get the accuracy, don't quite get the shot I want. So what I need to do is move my Panther forward to just try and take it out from the front, just direct hit. Bit worrying though, because the Katyusha truck is moving forward, which is worrying because those rockets are devastating. Again, I miss. The Panther unfortunately doesn't move. The AI positioned it in an angle that wasn't really ideal, and this is not good. No, the Katyusha destroyed my Panther, but just as the Panther was getting hit, it fired and took out the Katyusha truck. So I took out the Katyushas, but that was not what I wanted. I just lost enough tank there, which was not ideal. So that's what I say. You can never move forward cockily. You never know what's going to lie ahead, and that was a prime example of that. So not much I can do for that Panther. I was going to attempt to repair it, but it's beyond repair. And as you can see, devastating explosion there that took out the Katyusha truck. stay tuned for part 3.